inheritance, like inheritance is a property where child is inheriting the properties of parent classes, or we can say inheriting the properties and function methods of the parent class is known as inheritance, correct? And what is the extents? What is
Keyword we
extents?
use. Keyword we use for inheritance.
Correct. Keyword we use to inherit the class. Similarly, we have a parent class, child class, and to inherit the parent class, we use extend keyword. And can anyone tell what is the super keyword we use? Why we use super keyword? Uh,
Used to parents classes, point to parent classes.
to access the methods or variables of the parent classes, correct? We use super keyword. So to access the super methods of the parent class, we can use super keyword and then method name. Similarly for the variables as well, or and for constructors, variables are only inherited if they are public, not private. If variables are private in parent class, we child class cannot access them directly, correct? So we have a constructor, so we can directly call super using super. We can directly call the constructor of our parent class in the child class. So that's how we can work with the inheritance. So can you tell me third property of oops? We have learned about the. We already know about the two properties. One is encapsulation, second is inheritance, and third property what we can have
Abstraction.
abstraction, and fourth is polymorphism. Correct. We have
Yes.
four properties of OOPS. One is encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. Correct. So today we will be learning about the polymorphism first. So can anyone tell me what is the polymorphism, or can anyone tell what is the poly?
Poly means like many forms, more than one forms.
Correct. So poly means more than one form. Correct. My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Later, so we can create a class name as polymorphism, where in polymorphism, if we divide it into the two parts, so what I have done in this is the property of Java ID. If we directly rename it, what will happen? If I rename it like this, so it will only rename like polymorphism is it. It can rename the uh, variable, or it can rename the class name and our file name as well. But refactor, using the refactor, there is also a rename property. In this rename we can directly search in comment in strings, or if it is containing something same similar to polymorphism, so it will rename each and everything. So there is also a like there is multiple features in refactor as well, like rename file, change signature, and many of it. But now we can, this is a new property I think in this Java ID. We can directly rename it from using the rename property as well. So there are two things where we can change our file name. One is rename, or we can use this rename property. Both are same, but we can use this rename is work as a refactor as well. So it is a shortcut from refactor. So they both are same in this. Uh, if we divide our poly and morph. So both both name have the different meanings. Poly means many, correct, and forms means morph means forms. So what we can understand by the many forms or polymorph, what is the meaning of many forms? Can one, like if we take an example of it, can one person play different roles in their life? Correct. One person can play different roles in their life. Like at home, he is a son. At office, he is an employee. And with friends, it is a friend. He is a friend. Correct. So that's how one person can play different roles in their life. That's how we can also have some functions, like we have a one function which can have different forms. So that's why we use polymorphism here. Correct. Or we can say same person, different behaviors. Correct. Here in polymorphism, if we relate with the real life, same person can have different behaviors at the different conditions. Correct. One person can behave differently at home. One person can different Same person can different have a different behavior in the office. He can have different behavior with friends. That's how we can say like polymorphism exists inside our real life as well. So in our classes also, like we have a multiple functions, or we have a function which can behave different in the different conditions. So how can we create some functions which can different behave in a different condition, have different behaviors in the different conditions? Or
Overloading and override.
overloading and overriding. So these are the two types of polymorphism we can have. But for polymorphism, if we say we have a poly, or we can say it means one interface but many forms. We can say it means one interface, many forms. It allows the same method name to perform different tasks depending on the object or parameters. Or we can say it allows the same function to perform different tasks depending on the object or parameters. So how a function can perform different tasks? How can a same function can perform different tasks? Or any real example we have, or we have already done in our previous classes?
By changing its parameters.
Correct. So I think we have already done some functions which have a different behavior in the different condition. Can anyone tell us like what are the functions we have already created for it?
Sir, like student and college student.
Both are the different classes, not the functions.
We
We
have
can
created constructor in that.
constructors.
But we override it, na sir.
We have created a constructor here. What we have created? We have created a same function name as student. Correct. There is one function name as student and second function which is also name as student. Correct. And what we are doing, we are providing different parameters in the both thing. both the functions we are providing different parameters. So what we can say, what it is also a form of polymorphism, or we can say constructor. What we can say for it? Constructor overloading. What is this behavior called as? Constructor overloading. We are overloading our constructor. So first we have created a constructor named as student, and it doesn't have any parameters. But second times what we have created a new constructor for it and provided some parameters inside it. So it has two parameters, name, string name, int age, or we can also create another constructor which only have name. Correct? We can create it now. If we try to create it like this, and inside it what we can do it, we will remove this. Now it will not complain. Will it complain to us? It will not complain. Why? Because we have already a student constructor which have only name parameter as a parameter, and this is the constructor which have two parameters, name and age. Correct? So that's how we can create it. So this is called as constructor overloading, or we can say like if we saw a real life example, we have a payment. Correct? We have a payment gateway, but inside payment we can have multiple methods: UPI, credit card, cash. Correct? So payment method will be same for each method, but payment method, what will be the what our payment method will do? Like in one condition it is taking accepting the payment as UPI, in one condition it is accepting the payment as credit card, in one condition it is accepting the payment as cash. So at the end what it is doing, it is doing the like it is accepted the payment, and if our resource file the success, return the success. So what it will do, it will just feed it to our system if success comes from our provider. If UPI gives us a success, it will provide, it will mark this payment as success, or it, if our payment will fail, what will happen, it will mark as the failed payment. Correct? Similarly for the card and for the cash as well. We have a notification have we can have multiple notification, like email notification, SMS notification, push notification, but we can have same function or same name function as notification, but it will be behaving in differently for each and every service. Like if we are getting the notification for email, so it will work differently, or if we getting the notification for SMS, it will work differently, but main function will be the same. That's how we can create a like one function can have multiple forms. And if we take an example in the real life, like animal system, we have a animal class, and animal class have a function name as sound. Correct? Animal class have a function name as sound, but it can behave differently for dog and cat. Can have different sound, cat can have different sound. So but function is same for both. It will behave differently for or in each condition, or we can say we override those methods. So that's how polymorphism work. And we have two types of polymorphism. Correct? We can have two type of polymorphism. What are the types? One is
Overload,
compile time, or
overloading, overriding.
method
Overloading.
loading. Compile time is method overloading. And second one is
Runtime.
runtime. What is the difference between compile time and runtime? In compile time, it will check for any errors
After
when we compile our file, like we run our command java c dot, or we can say java c polymorphism dot java. So it will create a compiled file for us, bytecode for us, dot class file for us. If it found any issue at that time, it will report to us. But runtime method or runtime issue came when we call that method in the runtime. Like our code is running in the compile time, we got no issues in our code. But in the runtime, what we have got, when we are trying to run our program, it will crash, or it will give us the error, or it will work, or we can say it will run at our runtime, we can say, when our program is performing some operations. So for the, like, if I say, for example of method overloading, what we can have, like, we have a method as add, and we have int a comma int b. Correct? We have a method which have int a comma int b, or here we will be returning a plus b. Correct? So this is one of our method, and then we will create another method, int a comma b comma c, and we will return int a plus b plus c. Correct? We will be returning a plus b plus c. And we can also have a method double add double a comma double b, and it will return a plus b. Correct? So this type of polymorphism we are having here. This is a method
Overload.
loading, or we can say, we will remove it for now. What we are having here, we are getting the method overloading. So method overloading means multiple method with the same name but different parameter list, or we can say uh, it means multiple methods with same name but different parameters. Correct? So we have uh, method overloading which have multiple methods with this same name but different parameters. Is it clear?
yes, sir.
We correct. And if I have a function name as calculator c, and or we can say, if we call these functions inside our main method, we create a main method and we call
And
add
a plus
1 comma 2. Why it is giving the error here? Because we have created a static method, and inside
arguments. A string. Sir,
The
main
static
method inside a string argument.
it is giving error because we are calling non-static methods inside our static method. This main method is our static method, and we cannot call any non-static method directly from the same class. If we created some class name as uh, calculator, and inside this we have created these three functions. If we have created these functions inside it, and now we will use it. How we can use it? We can create a cal equal to new calculator, correct? And here we can write calc dot add. Now it will work. Why? Because we are calling it using the object. First it will not work. Why? Because those non-static methods are in the same class of this function, so we cannot call non-static method from the same class inside a static method. So it is called complaining us like made these methods as static or call it from some other classes. So we have created and we have created a other class name as calculator. Inside it, what we have done, we have written those functions, and here we have created an object of it, and we call it like calc dot add 1 comma 2. So that's how we can call these functions, correct? Similarly, what we can do, and here we can write 3, and here I can write 2.8, 1.66. So which function it will be calling? If we click on this function, which function it is calling? It is calling the double function, correct? It is calling double function, double add double a double b, correct? And this function, what we are calling here, we are calling here int a comma b comma c function. And there what we are calling, we are calling int a comma b. If we print it, we will get the different answers, correct? First 3, 6 and 4.46. Is it clear how we can perform compile time overloading or compile time polymorphism method overloading, how we can do it? So there are some rules. If we have to do something, there should be some rules. So what are the rules for the method overloading? Same method name
Different parameter.
and different number of parameters. And third rule is
Different variables type.
different type of parameters.
Types of variable.
Can anyone,
Sequence of parameters.
if we will do something like this, float, correct, add, and here I will do int a comma int b. Will it work? Why it is complaining? We have changed the return type here.
The parameter is same add
Because
class.
we have a same parameters, correct? And if we change the return type alone cannot overload a method, so it will not work here. So one rule is here, what we can say, return type alone cannot override or overload a method. To overload a method, we have to change parameters. Correct. If we try to change our return type only, it will not work here. Correct. Is it clear? Another type, what we have? We have runtime polymorphism. So can anyone tell, we have already used this as well? Where we have used it?
Two string function.
Two string functions. Correct. Two string function. What we are doing inside it? If we check the two string function, from where we are getting this two string function?
String class.
String class. Correct. We have a two string function here. Using this two string function, what we are doing, we are overriding default function of Java, a default two string function of Java, which return us some random value with class name. So what we are doing here, we are overriding it inside our school student class. So overriding means, what is the overriding? What is the method overriding? It means child class provides
exchange.
its own implementation of a method already defined in the parent class. Like we can say, is it compulsory that someone's parent is teacher, so their child will become teacher? Or someone parents are engineer, so their all child became engineers, or something like that? You can say that. Not necessary. Correct. So they can have they can have different implementation of method already defined in the parent class. They can have their own kind of way to do same thing. Like if someone likes something else, but their child can have their different choices. That's how polymorphism overriding work in our Java. Child class provides its own implementation of a method that are already defined in the parent classes. In parent class, we have defined some method, like if we say there is a animal class. Correct. Inside animal class, we have a sound function. We have a method named as sound, and uh, extending that in a animal class, we have created two classes, cat and dog. So dog can have different sound and cat can have different sound. So both can override the function of our parent class. Correct. That's how we attain method overriding inside our Java. That's how method overriding works. Like there is a student, and we can create a function name as public void admission. Correct. And here we will write general admission. So in school, there can be different way of getting inside our school. Correct. If we are taking admission inside a school, in a school, what we have to do, we can take their test, or we can directly go to the school, and at the reception we will fill a form and we will get the admission there. They will see our past grades, or they can take a small test as well to get in the school. But when we have to choose the college, what we have to do, we can have like IIT exam, NEET exam, or some other exam we have to give to get the college, get inside our college, correct? So each student can be like a school student and college student, but admission process for both can have different. So inside our school student, we can override our student program, like what we have created, public void admission. So we can override it here as well. How we can override it? So school admission, correct? Similarly, we can create a college admission function for college as well. Here, college admission, correct? So inside inherit class, if we call our function name as student one dot admission. Okay, we are calling it inside the println. If we call a student one admission, what we will get? And what will be the output for those? Student one admission and school student one admission. What will be the output if we run this program? First, what we get? College admission, correct? For the college student, what we will get? College admission. And for the school student, what we are getting? School admission. Did we get a printout for the general admission in this program? No. Why we are not getting this general admission inside our program? Because we have overridden this function inside our school student and college student both. If we remove it from here, what will happen? Now what will be the output? What will be the output for inherit one? If we run this program, what will be the output here? We will got college admission as it is, but inside school admission, what we will get? General admission. What we are getting here? General admission. When we are not overriding this function inside our school student, it is calling its parent function, correct? If we are not overriding our parent function inside our school student, it is automatically calling the parent function here, correct? Is it clear how override works, how overriding works? And now we can say, or we can see it here, how it is working as a runtime. Can we check it, or we can define it, how it is deciding it on the runtime? Because first it is looking, what will happen when we run this line? This line will be executed when we press the run button, correct? When we press the run button, what will happen? It will check admission function inside school student. It will check admission function inside our school student in this class, but there is no admission function inside it. So what it will do? It will go to our parent class. It will go to the parent class and found it. It will found our admission function inside our student class. So what it will done? It will call our parent class admission function directly, because our school student doesn't have any admission function. So what it will do? It will call our student class function. So that's how it is working in at the runtime, or we can say dynamic method dispatch, or we can say dynamic method dispatch. Dynamic method dispatch. Correct? Can anyone tell two differences between overriding and overloading? Difference between those?
Yeah, sir. Sir,
What are
overloading it can require not require inheritance, or overriding require inheritance.
correct? Inside our method overloading, we can have in the same class. They will be in the same class. But in the method overriding, what we are doing, we are having two different classes. One is parent and second one is child. So we
Child
are
class.
working with the inheritance. And second difference is method overloading is a compile time and method overriding is runtime. And
Runtime.
after that, we have different parameters in the method overloading, and in the method overriding, we can have same
Same
parameters.
parameter.
Like for the admission function, we have same parameters. We have created admission function in the student, school student, and college student, and each and every function have the no parameter there. Correct. So we are overriding it, and inheritance not required in the overloading, and inheritance is required in the method overriding. And why we use method overloading? To increase the readability. And why we use method overriding? Supports runtime polymorphism, we can say. So these are the some difference between overloading and overriding. Correct. So
Yes, sir.
we can create a program payment to see it. What we can do, we can create a payment gateway, and this payment gateway we have three types of payments. Like one is UPI, second one is card, and third one is cash. Can we create it? We can create a payment gateway program where we have three types of payments. One is UPI, second one is card, third one is cash. So how
Yes.
can we create it? Or for simpler method, what we can do, we can create a function name is public void pay. Correct. And here what we will do, double amount, and here we will write system.out payment. Correct. Inside our payment class, we have uh, pay function which have like it will return payment processing. But using this payment, what we can have, using this payment, what we can create, three classes as well. We can create three classes. One is UPI payment, card payment, and cash payment. So what we will do, we will create three classes. Name is, one is UPI payment, and other one is card payment. After that, what we had, cash payment. Correct. We can have three classes. We can have three classes. Correct. And what we can do, inside cash payment, we have created a same function like the pay. In cash payment or card payment, we have created same method name as pay, and inside it there is amount and payment successful by card. payment successful by card, and or we can write it like this: payment of plus, and we will close it, amount plus, correct. We can write it like this inside the cash payment as well. We will write it cash, and for the UPI payment, what is the use of it? We are writing it again and again. We will see it here. We have created a payment, and there is polymorphism, correct? So we will comment, remove it, and or we can say comment it out. We will create a payment P, correct? We have created an object name as payment P using main class, using parent class. We are creating payment P. Now P can have different of initialization. Like I am the person who want to pay their amount in the UPI. So what we will do, what I can do, we can directly call the UPI payment here. How? We will call the P dot pay, and inside I will put some amount, correct? uh, okay, why it is giving us error? Why it is giving us an error? Can anyone tell why we are not able to create it or use it like this? Because we haven't extended it here. We have to extend payment first.
Payment.
Here we will extend it inside it as well. Extend payment. Now it will work correctly, correct? Similarly, what we can do, if I want UPI payment, then we will do this like this. We can do it, correct? If I want cash payment, what we have to do, we can create our object using the cash. Similarly, if we want to pay with card, then what we have to do, we can directly use card here, correct? So what will happen, it will behave differently for each and every method, but internally it will working same. In the payment it will be working same, or we can say when we need like if we want to use different payment method, we can use directly from the same object. We are creating a same object for the payment P, and we have different payments method, and we are using same function there, correct? We are using same function, but what we are doing, if we initialize our payment as UPI payment, it will initialize our object as a UPI payment. But someone need to pay with the card, what it will do, it will just initialize our payment object with the card function, card payment function. So card payment class, what, so it will call p dot pay from the card payment. That's how our pay method is behaving differently in these different conditions. So what we are doing here, we are providing the method overriding here, correct? Like payment of 1,000 successful by UPI, payment of 1,500 successful by cash, and similarly payment of 1,600 successful by card, correct? That's how we can use same object, same method with different initialization. That's how our method overriding help us in the real life situation. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? like into place. Is it clear how our UPI payment, or we can say like how our payment methods work? Like we have created a object P, payment P. We have initialized it. We can like uh, whenever we go to payment dashboard, what we have seen, what we can see when we try to pay for something, what are the options we see? We have different of options. One is for the UPI payments, second one is cash payment, third one is card payment. Payment is initialized when we have click on our the payment button, correct? But then we saw three options: UPI payment, cash payment, and card payment. So our object is created already, or we can say we have created our reference already, but object is not created yet. But when we selected our method, payment method, as UPI, cash, or card, then our object initialize for it. So when we selected any kind of method, it will initialize the same method for us, and same function like p.pay will call for each and like uh, this function is same for each and every method, but it can behave differently in the different conditions. Like in the UPI payment, it will returning us successful by UPI, and for the card it is returning us successful by card, or when we are using cash it will be returning us successful by cash. That's how our method overriding works in the real life scenario, correct? Another example we can have like hospital, or we can say doctor. In doctor we can have surgeon, cardiologist. So and there will be a method name as treat patient, correct? Treat patient work different in the different condition. Like surgeon can treat their patient differently, and cardiologist have a different method for the same function, treat patient, correct? Different behavior for our treat patient function in the both conditions, correct? Is it clear? Is it clear? There is a question like, can we overload our main function? Can we overload our main method? If we try to create a main method, static void main, inside it I can write integer a. Will it complain? No. But we are not getting any play button here, correct? We are not getting any play button here. Why? Because it is not our regular main function. It is a some another overloaded function, which will not work as our entry point. Our entry point always be the same method, like static void main without any parameter. This is our entry point. So we can overload our main method, but it will not those methods those methods are not same. Both methods, main with parameter and main with without parameter, both functions are different. So entry point will be always same. We can also overload our static method, correct? But uh, if I say there is a payment method, correct? If I write it like this, can we override it? Can we override it? We have to change it here as well, and here as well. Now if we run it, what is happening here? We have overridden our uh, main method, or we can say we have overridden our pay method in each and every class, UPI payment and card payment and cash payment. But why it is showing us payment processing? Can anyone tell? Can anyone tell us why they are like calling the same function each and every time? Why it is not reaching there?
Because of static keyword.
Because of static keyword. We cannot override a static method. We cannot override static method. Why? Because it will always call our parent method. Why it is doing this? Because this static method is common for, or we can say when we are using a static keyword, it became as a shared variable or shared method for each and every instance. Correct? So when we have created this method as static, it will be shared with each and every instance of our class. So it will not work. We cannot override any static method. Correct? Is it clear? And we are overriding it. So if we write here at the rate override, it will give us an error. Without it, it is working already. But if we write override here, will it work as same as before?
Yes, sir.
So what is the meaning of it? Why we are writing it?
Sir, annotation.
Annotation, or we can say for the like we can define our user that this method is overridden from our parent class. To differentiate it from the regular method, we can directly use annotation to represent this method is overridden from our parent class. Correct? We try to write override here. What is happening? Method does not override method from its superclass because we are not overriding it. That's why it is giving us error. But when we try to write override here, it is not giving any error because we indicate that a method declaration is intended to override a method declaration in a super type. Correct? There is also a, like the method does override or implement a method declared in a super type. The method has a signature that is override equivalent to that of any public method declared in object. And after that, we can already seen that we can overload our constructor. Correct? And can private methods be overridden? Can we override private methods?
I think no, sir.
No. Why we cannot override our private methods? Because
It access wise
it
one
will
class.
be accessible inside only inside our class. We cannot access our private method outside of our class. We also have a protected, and inside it we have public. We can change it, or we can say public as well. Mhm. We can try first public here. So it is not giving us any error. If we run it, it will work same as it is like before. Correct? We have changed our pay method as protected, but it is working same as before. And if I remove it from here, then try to run it, payment processing, it is working same. Correct? So protected methods are accessible inside same package or inherited classes. If we are using protected, it can be accessed inside our same inherited classes, or child classes can access protected method of our parent class, or we can say inside the same package we can use our protected methods. If we write, there is a void, like if I try to create a protected int I equal to 0, correct? And inside this we try something like inherit 1, inherit 1. We can directly create a payment p equal to new test payment, and p dot I, can we access it? P dot I, and inside this class we have p, not here, p dot I. Is it accessible here? This this I variable is accessible inside our polymorphism.java class. We can access it, correct? We can do it. This is a protected variable I. I is a protected variable inside our payment, correct? But we are not able to access it here. Why? It is not accessible here. Why? I has protected access in day 11 dot payment. It is saying us that day 11 dot payment has the access for our I variable, but we cannot access inside our day 10 inheritance. Why? If we write a protected variable, we can access it here, but we cannot access here using the same method. We can create an object of it, like we have created the object of our p payment, and we cannot directly access it here. We will do it something like, uh, if we try to p dot pay, why it is not working? We cannot use p dot pay, or we can do it. We are not able to do it. Why? Because we have already
If
created
that
as protected.
package
We have created as protected. If we do it public, then it is working, correct? If we created add pay function as public inside our payment, we can access it. We can access it if we created our pay function as public, but protected function or variables cannot be accessed outside our package. So that's how our package help us to control the access as well. So this package also help us to control the access. Here, see this, how we are importing our package or class day 11 dot payment, day 11 dot cash payment, correct? That's how we can inherit, or we can say we can import our classes from another package. If our classes are in the some other packages, we can import it using this line: import package name class name, import package name class name. That's how we can import some class which is presented inside our another package. So that's how packages help us to control access of our program. Is it clear how protected work? We already have seen public, we have already seen private, there, and today we have seen protected, how protected variables and methods are worked inside our program, correct? Is it clear? Is it clear? or not? Polymorphism is clear. What are the two types of polymorphism? Compile time and runtime. Correct? So we have created a method, or we can say we have created a program where we have three types of payments inside our program: cash payment, card payment, and UPI payment. Similarly, can we create something like this, or we can say assignment? You guys can upload it on the GitHub as well. Like you can create the program and upload it on GitHub. We have to create a bank account. Inside this bank account, what we have to do? We have two types of account. One is saving, and second one is current account. For the assignment, what we have to do? We have two types of account: saving account and current account. And what are the functions we have to create? Deposit, same function we have already created. Deposit, withdraw, and calculate interest, and other is display account detail. In current account, there can be some other formula for calculating the interest. Saving account have different types of interest, or we can say in saving account we can have interest with fixed interest rate, and in current account we can have a dynamic interest rate as well for calculate interest. That's how we can create bank account class, and we will create two other classes named as saving account, current account, and we can ask user which account they want. If our user choose saving account, we will create their saving account and display print the details of account with interest. And if they want the current account, we will print the details of the current account. Correct? Is it clear? Or we can say this is for assignment. It is similar to this as well. We can create functions more like this. We have created only one function here, but for it we can create multiple functions like deposit, withdraw, calculate interest, display account details. So that's how we can create functions here as well. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you so what is the problem with this time 8 o'clock? Time is good, like everyone got free at the evening. If someone have college, office, they can directly attend this session. They can also attend it. That's why we move to the 8 o'clock. Okay, everyone. So, any doubt in today's class? Okay. No more assessment. Wait, I will talk to the team. If there is assessment, they will uh, continue it from tomorrow. We will inform you in advance if there is any assessment. So I will. You guys can give rating in the app like Rango test, so they are recording your attendance from there. Yeah, we will continue from tomorrow class.